Hey, family, it's your girl Evelyn here, and I'm back with another installment in my Food for the Soul Sundays series. Girl, try saying that 5 times fast, like that's a bit much. Anyway, the fro is back, if you haven't already noticed, okay? Listen, I need to trim something bad, but the fro is back and I'm loving it, okay? Anyway, that has nothing to do with this video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Evelyn, okay? I am a chef in one part of my life and a business and goal strategist in another part of my life. And here on Evelyn Inc is where we talk about goal getting, goal setting, self-care for creative women entrepreneurs. So I'm doing this Food for the Soul series because it was requested, okay? And so in today's video, I know it's another food reference. Listen, I told you, chef over here, y'all gonna get these food references, okay? And you're gonna like it, all right? Anyway, I digress. Let me stay on point, okay? You are what you eat. Now, if you are as smart as I believe you are, you probably can already smell what I'm cooking, okay? You can already pick up what I'm putting down, right? You already peep what I'm about to say, okay? Which is, whatever comes in is what comes out. Now, I know you're thinking that sounds a little gross and a little TMI. We're not talking about bodily functions, but we are talking about your spirit. So, you know, the Bible talks about guarding your gates, right? And a lot of people are like, yeah. But I don't know if we really take that seriously. So let me give you an example. I have a friend and she loves reality TV. She loves it. And one of the things that she had realized, this was a couple of years ago, was that she was watching these shows, and the shows that she was watching had a lot of relationship drama. And she, you know, was like, I just find it entertaining. It's no big deal. Until she started having her own relationship drama. And she was like, this is so weird. I'm not a drama-filled person. I don't do drama. What is this about? And everybody, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people in my life think that sometimes I'm a little too deep. I'm a little too much. I'm a little too extra because I'm very restrictive about what I consume. Whether it's what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, lyrics, what I'm reading, whatever I'm taking in, because I know that A, the brain doesn't know the difference between fiction and reality, and B, you are what you eat. And so I just kind of suggested to her, could it be possible that the reason she was living out this drama is because she was taking it in? And I think the guy at the time was into the same shows. And so they was just living it out together. Okay, just foolishness. And so she kind of decided to lay off of the shows. And then over time, she stopped having relationship drama. I remember for me, I'll give you a really specific example. One of my favorite shows when I was younger was Living Single. I loved Living Single. I loved Maxine. I loved Khadijah. I loved Regine. I loved all of them, right? And I felt like I saw a little piece of myself in each one of those women. But I really was drawn to Maxine and Khadijah. I mean, I'm bougie like Regine for sure, and I got some goofiness like Sinclair. But for the people who know me in real life, I'm probably a mix between Khadijah and Maxine to some extent, okay? Spicy and all that like Maxine. You know, a little quick-witted like Maxine, and then a little, you know, round-the-way girl with the hoops, but entrepreneurial like Khadijah. And I just loved the whole concept of Flavor Enterprises and Flavor Magazine and all that. But if you will recall on that show, and I know you're like, Evelyn, what does this have to do with my Facebook? Follow me. If you will recall on that show, Khadijah's business was always struggling. And I used to watch Living Single night and day and night, night and day and night, right? And I realized, and then even when I got older, right, it used to come on TV and I was watching TV, I would watch the reruns. I would watch 2, 3, 4 reruns a day. It was my thing that I'm going to watch Living Single. And I remember then I got the first series, the first, it was the first season on DVD. And I was watching that. I loved it. I loved it. And one day I realized that my business at that time was experiencing feast or famine. And I was like, where did I get this programming? Like, obviously this is my default setting. And I was like, somehow my life is regulating that I'm in this feast or famine thing in my business. And one day it dawned on me. The only thing that I had really consumed about business, and one of the things that I was drawn to about entrepreneurship, was Khadijah Don't Need Ya from Living Single. And I was like, oh my God, I'm living out Flavor Enterprises. So girl, I stopped that. And then I immediately went to go focus on examples of businesses that I was drawn to that were healthy and flourishing and consistent and thriving and growing. Okay. Now, how does that relate to you are what you eat? I remember when I stopped listening to "Oh, he done cheated on me" love songs and "He done me dirty." Let me take that back. I never really was into heartbreak songs. I remember I was into I was into love songs, like particularly men singing love songs, like 90s R&B, not sex songs, because those were there. And I mean, listen, I like a good body roll song too, but like love songs, like just how much he loves her, how much he needs her, how much he wants her, how much he want to do for her. And that's what I would be experiencing in my relationships. And then I changed and started listening to songs where women were pining after men. And then I had a little brief season of that, and I was like, oh no, we not doing that. And so I found myself that TV shows that I was watching a lot, I would start to see whether good elements or not good elements manifest in my life. Things that I would read, I would see good elements, not so good elements manifest in my life. Things that I would listen to, people that I was around, stuff that allowed me to hear. Let me tell you something. This is so random. I went to a networking event recently, and the conversation changed to, in the middle of the networking event, about women talking about men mansplaining them in the workplace and how they worked in these very male dominated fields and how to handle that. And I was like, that's so interesting, because I worked in two extremely male dominated fields, right? I worked in engineering, and matter of fact, I worked in manufacturing and engineering, like hair nets, steel toe boots, goggles, earplugs, like hardcore manufacturing engineering. And then I also worked as a chef, which is extremely male dominated. And I was like, I don't really remember experiencing that. And I'm not saying I didn't have my own difficulties, but I realized I didn't focus on it. Whenever I saw articles about women being significantly underpaid in the workplace, and I'm not saying that these things don't happen, so this is not what this is about. When I saw articles about prejudice in the workplace or racism in the workplace, or, mansplaining or this or that or whatever, I never read them. Because I was like, why do I need to read them if I experience? And so what I realized is what you focus on grows. What you consume, right, is what you create. And so I just stopped consuming things that I didn't want to create. And I stopped consuming things that were contradictory to my faith. And listen, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I don't ever listen to something that is extremely questionable. I'm not saying that I don't watch occasionally things that are like, I really don't want that in my life. But a consistent diet of those things, right? It's kind of like, I drink water most of the time, but if I have a ginger ale, it's not gonna kill me, right? But if I'm drinking ginger ale every day, then that's a problem. Or 3 to 4 times a week, then that's probably out of control. But once a month, right? No big deal. And so I will say this to bring it all home, because I know I'm all over the place, but I know I get excited when I get to talking about like mindset and all that kind of stuff, is that you are what you eat. If you watch ratchetness, whatever you take in will come out. Ratchetness will come out. If you watch drama and foolishness, it will manifest somewhere in your life. If you consume content about struggle and the grind and the hustle and everybody out to get me, and the more money I have, the more problems I have, you will make that a reality subconsciously. If you listen and read stuff about, you know, people out to get me because I'm a woman, or because I'm black, or because I'm this, because I'm that. And listen, I am not saying that those things really don't exist, but what you focus on grows. It's kind of like when you want a new car, or you just get a new car. And before you got that car, you never saw anybody with that car. And then the moment you decided you wanted it, or you got it, you saw it everywhere, right? It's the same thing. If you go looking for problems, you're going to find them. If you sit around and you listen to drama and listen to stuff about men treating you badly, or listen to stuff about friends having bad relationships, or listen to a whole bunch of stuff about racism, this and that, whatever. And I am not saying those things don't exist, but you will draw more of that to you. Whatever you consume, you create. You are what you eat. Whatever you digest, you will display, right? There's this quote I love, and it's about healthy eating, but it's talking about what you eat in secret, you wear in public. It's the same thing. If it's true for my physical body, then what am I feeding my mind? What am I feeding my soul? What am I feeding my spirit, right? I saw a quote one time that says, I think it's funny that we used to listen to rap music about selling drugs when we were younger, and now a lot of rap music is about using drugs. So I would just say, be mindful of what you consume. Guard your gates. Your mouth gate, what comes in your body. Your ear gate, what you're listening to, and right? And your eye gate, what you're watching, what you're reading, right? Your ear gate, what are your conversations about? You will have whatever you say. That's what my word says. You will have whatever you say. Where are you getting what you say? It's just something to think about. So anyway, I hope you have been enjoying this series. If you have decided that you want to change all of that, and you're like, maybe I need to change what I'm doing and what I'm saying and what I'm watching and what I'm reading, what I'm consuming, then I encourage you to join the My Best Life Challenge. The link to register is in the description box of this video. Also, if you're like, I really want a different plan for my life, I want to do something different, I really want to make a sharp right turn, then I would encourage you to register for my free workshop, How to Create a Vision Board That Actually Works. And I'm going to walk you through how to incorporate guarding your gates into your vision for your life. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Peace.